You know, I wasn't sure when this day would come, but it finally did. Samsung, teaming up with Google and Qualcomm, just dropped the first ever Android XR headset, the Galaxy XR. It's basically a direct competitor to Apple's Vision Pro, and your boy got to try it out in New York to see what it's all about. And man, it works. Like, really works. Plus, it's selling for $1,800, which is, yeah, it's still pricey, but it's almost half the price of what Apple's Vision Pro cost. Plus, you also get some extra Google goodies in there, like 12 months of Google AI Pro, YouTube Premium, Google Play Pass, and a few other software bonuses. For those curious, here are the specs on the screen so that you can see how it looks on paper. Thumbs up for providing this right away. Now, design-wise, it definitely takes some notes from Apple's playbook here. It's got a flatter, less curvy look though. The front glass doesn't have a display too, like Apple's does for eyesight, but I honestly don't mind it. It still looks pretty slick, and yes, it still comes with a battery pack, which you'll have to carry around in your pocket. Even worse, it unfortunately only lasts for up to 2 hours with general use, or about 2.5 hours when you watch videos, just for videos. So around 30 minutes less than Apple's Vision Pro. So that kind of sucks. Now when you put it on, I thought I was expecting it to feel heavy and weigh my face down, but it honestly felt pretty light. It's 545 grams, which is about 250 grams lighter than the Vision Pro. I had no problem standing up, walking around with it, or even just using it for a while. And it does fit tightly around your head, adjusting for any size so that it doesn't fall off. So you don't really need to worry if it's going to be a loose fit. Plus, the display on the inside automatically adjusts so that way it can give you the best vision for your eyes. And if you wear glasses too, or you have poor eyesight, the Galaxy XR also supports prescription lenses, which are sold separately, so don't worry there. Once I put it on, here's my experience. I was greeted with a completely new OS. It's called Android XR. It's got a home screen with all your favorite apps and tools, and the way you interact with everything is really just by using your hands. The headset has sensors and cameras that track your hand movements, so you can just pinch to select something, or even just pinch and drag to move or resize it. It's super simple, and it works really well. I got the hang of it in just a few minutes. You can also hook up a mouse and keyboard to it if you want for a more traditional setup, which is honestly even better for searching for things instead of using the virtual keyboard. Or of course, you can just use your voice too to search. Samsung is even selling a Galaxy XR controller for $250, which is great if you're playing virtual games like golf or maybe first-person shooters. And for those who are curious, you can run any Android app from the Play Store and have them be as floating windows in the real world around you. What really blew me away was that I was even told that you can place windows in different areas and they'll actually stay there. Like if I have one in one room and another in the next, the headset will actually remember where they are. I can only really imagine how that's going to be in real life. Like maybe you have YouTube in the living room, maybe like my workspace apps in the office, and then TikTok or Netflix in the bedroom. When I walk in, it's there. The possibilities are endless. I'm sure developers are also going to go crazy with it. I was even told that you can sideload apps from outside the Play Store and still have them run on the headset, which is incredible and something I can't wait to try when I get my own. Make sure you get subscribed so that way you don't miss out on my review for that. Plus, for creators out there, Adobe even made a 3D video editing app called Project Pulsar for editing right in XR, so that'll be interesting. And for video calls, you get a customizable avatar that tracks your facial and hand movements so you still feel expressive. Plus, besides just floating windows, some apps take it even further and give you a fully immersive 360-degree experience where you're in a completely virtual environment and really have no idea of what's happening in the real world around you. So you could be in a video game, a video, or flying over New York City. Google even has some really nice immersive environments too, so you can feel like you're in a completely different part of the world while you're watching something like YouTube or playing a game in a floating window. And for anyone worried about walking around in immersive mode, I was told that it'll warn you if you're about to bump into something, so you don't need to stress about that. A lot of the Google apps too have been optimized for this new XR experience. On YouTube, any VR 180-degree videos give you an immersive watching experience, but it also has a new spatial multi-view feature that lets you watch multiple videos at once, which is perfect for things like watching sports where you want to keep track of multiple games at once. And Google Maps too, you can navigate a new city with the map in a tiny circle below you. That one's my new favorite because as you turn, the arrow and the street view turn with you. It's a pretty great idea, though walking around with this big headset would definitely draw some looks. Even cooler, you can stand inside a restaurant or a popular spot and walk around the space to see what it looks like. And what really sets this headset apart from others is that it's got Google's Gemini built right into the heart of the OS. It almost feels like you have a Jarvis-like experience, making you feel like you're Iron Man. Of course, you can have conversations with it, but you can also have it carry out actions like reorganizing your windows more easily. It also comes with circle to search, so you can draw circles with your hand to search stuff up quickly. And it even makes it easier to interact with the world around you. Like, let's say you lost something, you can just ask it to find it and point it out. Plus, another cool thing that they just released on these headsets is this Gemini Live feature that lets you speak with actual fictional characters from movies or TV shows and hear their actual voices, almost like they called you up for a chat. The AI can even form objects around you to help describe what's being said in the conversation. To be honest though, that one sounds more like a gimmick. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm not 100% sure. But if you're a parent and you have kids, I'm sure they're gonna love that. Of course, none of this matters if the display doesn't have great quality or it makes you feel nauseous as you begin to use it. Now, to be fair, Samsung only let me demo this for around 30 minutes, so I'm not really sure how it's gonna feel after hours of using it. So again, be sure to subscribe for my full review when that comes out. But in the short time that I did get to play around with it, I honestly didn't have a problem with it at all. It felt like I was actually in the real world, but in the future with all these screens around me. It's got a 4K micro OLED screen with a 109-degree field of view horizontally and 100 degrees vertically. It even has better resolution than the Vision Pro with 29 million pixels instead of 23 million. The only downside is the refresh rate only goes up to 90 Hz instead of 120 Hz that the Vision Pro supports. And as for the sound quality, it was honestly just fine in the time that I had to use it. It's got a two-way speaker on the sides close to the ears with a woofer and tweeter, so the bass is great and it did get pretty loud. Plus, it's got 6 microphones throughout the entire thing, so it will hear what you're saying. Overall, with this being the first gen, I'm honestly really impressed with what Samsung, Google, and Qualcomm brought to the table with the Galaxy XR, especially with it being half the price of the Apple Vision Pro. I could definitely see myself using this day to day for watching content, setting up a virtual workspace, or just getting away from real life for a bit. Of course, I'd probably only use it inside the house, not just because it's big and I'd probably look weird in public, but mainly because the battery only lasts about 2 hours. That's probably the biggest downside. Other than that, it's a great first start and already feels smarter and has better features in a lot of ways than the Vision Pro, and since it's got Gemini built right in as the brains of the operation. Anyway, tap on this video if you want to learn about some other cool tech that's also useful, or you can tap on this one where you can watch my review of the new Oxygen OS 16 update. Thanks for sticking around to the end, thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Kapow!